Could Mykhailo Mudryk's ban be over? Do we need a new goalkeeper in Diogo Costa? Will Enzo actually stay at Chelsea FC? And will Chalobah leave Chelsea this summer? We have the answers for you today. Welcome back, everybody, to AGCFC. Let's get straight into things. Mykhailo Mudryk, I'm sure you guys have seen. If you follow the GOAT, if you don't follow the GOAT, Mykhailo Mudryk. He has posted on his story. Stay tuned. Could he be coming back to Chelsea? I highly doubt it. I can't even lie, though. I've always been somebody that has believed in him. Sorry if I'm speaking really quiet. It's late at night. People are sleeping in the household. But I can't even lie. I've always been someone that's been a huge believer in him. After his first game at Liverpool, I've always been very attracted to the way he's played, and I've wanted him to succeed at Chelsea so incredibly bad, more than the next person. I promise you that. I'm his number one fan, I promise you, okay? Any Chelsea fans that think they like Mykhailo Mudryk more than me, you are lying to yourself. You are lying to everybody. I am the number one Misha fan. Thank you very much. I can't even imagine how loudly I would cheer if I saw Mykhailo Mudryk score another goal for Chelsea FC. It would mean absolutely wonders to me. But unfortunately, his stay tuned post, who knows what that actually means? I doubt it means anything important. We'll have to see. It was one training clip. He's still doing all this, that, and the training. But even if he came back, lads, his match fitness, it would be so bad. I think if he were to come back, how old is he now? You know what? Let me look it up. But, if he were to come back at this point, I think at best case scenario, you'd have to send him to Strasbourg, because he'd need the match fitness. Let me see. He's 25. By the time he's meant to come back, I think he's got 2 more years on his ban. He won't be 27. Not looking great for you, Mudryk. But look, this is a man I would love to have at Chelsea again, mate. Again, I would literally scream so loud if he ever scored for Chelsea FC again. Even if he went to another team, mate, I would still, cheer for him. I'd still be there for him because that's my man. I heart you, Misha. Diogo Costa, could he be headed to Chelsea per multiple reports? Am I believing these reports? No. But would I take him over Sanchez? I 100% would. Yes, last video I was literally just backing Sanchez. But seeing what he did for Portugal, seeing what he always does for Portugal, he shows up in every tournament. I'm a Ronaldo wonder fan, so of course I'm a Diego Costa wonder fan. My favorite Instagram account, London, will always be below. I've seen him post about Diego Costa last year, saying, we should sign, or maybe this was 2 years ago in the Euros. He was saying, we should sign him. I agree now. I definitely think we should sign him. He is younger than Sanchez by a couple of years. I mean, we could sign him for 40 million. He'd be absolutely brilliant. Again, do I really believe these reports? I do not know. Okay. But look, Sanchez is great when he's playing his best, but I think a man like Diogo Costa, man, that would just be absolutely world class. We move. So, don't even know how to pronounce a man's name, but it doesn't matter anymore because Chelsea would have to pay around 42 million for Pep Chavaria, the man from Real Vallecano. Don't even know how to say it, but it's not worth it. It's not worth even learning how to pronounce his name when he won't be at Chelsea FC. Look, that team saw a Premier League team come in and they thought it was their damn payday. No, it is not your payday. You stay in La Liga, mate. You're not getting 42 million for him. Look, his transfer value, I think right now, we're looking that up too. I think his transfer value right now is, I literally have you guys on my computer. That's why it's literally right in your face. Pep let's see what his transfer value is. He's 28, so it'd be good experience. His transfer value is 11 million. No, we're not signing him for 42. So anyway, it's kind of bad that this is the second player that Xabi Alonso has failed to get. Granit Xhaka, that was his man. Pep, who knows if that was a man he wanted. My Lord, I'm sweating. Obviously, he wanted him because we wanted to sign him, obviously. But, it's not good saying that he's already failed on 2 players. I wouldn't really say it's even Bluco's fault because I wouldn't pay the 42 million for him. But a player like Granit Xhaka, bro, pay up 30 million. I don't even care, bro. I think Granit Xhaka, man, I think he's a great player. He would have been worth it, but we're not here to talk about Granit Xhaka because he don't matter anymore either. Anyway, We're not paying that release clause, no shot. But are we going to try and get another left wing back position player, or are we going to stick with Hato? I think we could stick with Hato, but we don't really have anybody else in that left wing back position. You know, Palestra here, but maybe he can play both sides, but I'd rather him just, you know, we've already had so many weird shit with Chelsea players past couple years. Just keep a player in their position. Get another left wing back with a lot of experience that can replace a Cucurella. I guess that was going to be his point. Yes, he isn't as good as Cucurella. I'm just rambling. Anyway, we move. We'll see what happens. Atletico Madrid could be in for Enzo Fernandez. Mate, when is the saga with Enzo going to end? Anyway, I spoke about this in my last video, and we have to do everything we can to keep him. You know, he's just so important to the team. You know, in midfield with him and Caicedo, they are so good together, in my opinion. Like, I want him to stay. You know, I do, at least. You know, I don't know. A lot of other people have their opinions. You know, since he wanted to go to Madrid, Real Madrid, you know, flirting with Madrid so much, I see why a lot of people want him to leave. But even like John Terry, you know, Lampard, they had moments where they were about to leave the club and they didn't. And obviously, they're the two biggest legends Chelsea could have ever had. So, you know, I want him to stay. Football fans, we're very forgiving. He can be forgiven, I promise you that. Another goal in the World Cup semifinals. If Real Madrid wanted him, it'd be another 30 million anyway. But would he even want to go to Atletico that bad? Because here's the thing. Yeah, Chelsea just finished 10th. But I think Chelsea will be better than Atletico next season because of Xavi Alonso. Now, our transfer window hasn't actually been that good, which could genuinely be a whole nother topic for storming could be a whole nother topic for another video, because I feel like we haven't signed anybody. I was actually thinking soon, in like a couple weeks before preseason starts, ranking our like transfer window, but we haven't really done anything, so there's no point to do that. We still got a while though to go. Still a lot of deadwood that has to go. I'll mention that here in a couple minutes. But again, what do you want to go to Atletico? Like, yes, you're going to need to play Champions League every single year. You know, it'd be very rare you're playing in Europa League. And if you are playing in Europa League, you'll probably win it with Atletico. But I don't know, how long are they even going to keep Diego Simeone around? Like, I don't know. But you would never win anything if you went there. They don't win anything. This is their year. They're in the Champions League semifinals. They made it to the, Copa de España final. Didn't even win that. They lost to Azerbaijan, like, oh my god, it's unreal. But again, I just don't think if you went there, you'd even win anything more. It's like, at that point, you might as well just stay in the Premier League, get a bigger name. At least with Chelsea, like, you made the FA Cup final last year. Our team is still decent under Rafinha and McFarland, that it's just like, bro, like, when Xavi comes in, I promise, I feel so good about this, Chelsea fans, but we have to back him. But again, that's a whole topic for another video. But would Atletico even have the money to pay for him? Like, I don't think, again, with the World Cup he's having, his price is just going to keep going up. We're 100% at least getting 100 to 120 million. You know, even if we wait to the end of the transfer window, even if he still wants to leave, like, we're still getting at least 100, at minimum, like 90 million for him. Because Chelsea genuinely at this point won't sell for any less. They'd be like, bro, I know he wants to leave, but we ain't selling him for 80 million. So I just don't think Atletico are willing to pay 100 million for him, you know. Atletico at the end of the day are just kind of looking at him. I feel like there hasn't been anything like real with that, but you know, it's worth mentioning, because if Enzo wants to leave, he'll, you know, maybe he will just go to any club that's willing to take him. But you know, I don't know, we'll see. But if they really want him, you know, Alvarez plus 100 million, take him, bro. Alvarez, let's be more real. Alvarez plus like 80 million, and I would have him. See, if it was Alvarez plus like 50, I'd be like, no, because we have João Pedro. But if you're going to give us like 80, but again, that's just, you know, whatever. I wouldn't take any of the other players, mate. No thanks. I don't think Real Madrid are going to sign him anymore, though, because we haven't seen anything on it for about a decade. So I don't know. Maybe they're just playing for the end game. But anyway, we end with Chalobah to Como for around 50 million. No, here we go yet, but I feel it is coming. Chelsea fans, would you be okay with Chalobah leaving? I think it's saying that we value, I believe, Chelsea value Chalobah about like 8.5 million more than Como do. You know, I think it's around that 50, maybe like 40 million mark, but will Como pay them pay for him? Will Chelsea, just accept the offer down here? Will it meet in the middle? Something like that. We'll have to kind of see. But I think if he goes, we definitely need to be looking for more center backs. But here we go. Colwell, Fofana, Tosin, Reese, because he can play center back. Badiashile, Disasi, Aaron Encimino, Sar, Josh, Haddo can all play center back. Plus Chalobah, that's 11 center backs. And in reality, I've always been a big believer in, like, if you're going to have 2 center backs, you need 4, 5, probably. If you're going to have 6 center backs, or if you're going to have 3 center backs, you need like 6 or 7. So which ones of those would I keep? I would keep Chalobah if we could. Colwell, Fofana, Chalobah. I guess Reese if he's going to play center back. Aaron, Sar, Josh Haddo. That's, 8? But it's like, I don't know. Haddo's probably going to play left wing back, so we won't even really count him. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's just but we still need experience in the back line, that's for sure. Anyway, I think we should. I've been thinking about this since I watched the England game. John Stones, lads, what do you guys feel about him? I mean, great experience, Premier League winner. He started for England in a World Cup semifinal. So who says no? I don't understand why anybody even would say no. I think it'd be great, but at the end of the day, look, I would be okay with seeing Chalobah go. Because we have more deadwood at the center back position we need to get rid of as well. I prefer to get rid of them over Chalobah, but I think it's going to be Chalobah and them. Like Disasi, Badiashile, that we're not seeing anything, like, come for them. Like, maybe it's all behind the scenes. Maybe we don't want to get rid of him. Maybe Badiashile we want to keep because he's left-footed. And, I feel like we don't really have too many, like, left-footed players. So, I don't know, but we'll kind of just have to see how that goes. But, yeah, Chalobah to Como, Atletico they end up signing Enzo. We're not getting Pep Chavaria anymore, whatever. Diego Costa be brilliant. Not really sure if that's going to happen. And Mudryk, please come back to Chelsea, please.